Welcome, friends, to a Quiet Tales test. What is this? Why am I not behind my desk? Why am I in my kitchen? Why is this not the next fantasy tale? Well, I promised my patrons recipe videos, and I'm here to deliver, but also I want to let you in on my entire process and behind the scenes, and I want to be honest about what works and what doesn't. So initially I wanted to film my next mage video, which was due on May the 10th, but work got in the way. I still gotta work for my living. I can't do this full time, unfortunately, yet, but work made it impossible to film the next Yethros video and deliver on time. It will come, but it will take longer. But I also promised my patrons recipe videos, and I'm here to deliver. So this is the test of a fun, little, and hopefully calming and relaxing format, which is just me cooking and sometimes telling you a story afterwards. So let's just start and let's see how it works. And I hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments, if this is something that you would enjoy as well, kind of as, like the filler episodes on your favorite series. They are not the big plot twists, they're not the big character moments, but they still kind of, quench your thirst for stories, I hope, and for relaxation and sleep. So, because I love cooking and I love eating, I hope I can share this love with you and help you relax after a long day. So let's just start cooking today's menu. Have fun. I'm going to start with a fresh, beautiful salad, and I will prepare a classic, which is spaghetti aglio e olio, which is very simple, but I'm going to make it with a little spin to it, which is how it's made in a couple of Michelin star restaurants, and maybe you'll learn something. It's very, very tasty, and I'll take the bite out of the garlic a little bit, but it's got tons of aroma. So let's start. First, I'll need some water. Unfortunately, you can probably hear my neighbors working in the garden and maybe some children playing outside. I really need to record these during, mornings, weekday mornings, but unfortunately it's Saturday afternoon. So we gotta make do with what we have. So yeah, let's see. Just some nice green salad fresh from the market. Cucumber, of course, all-time favorite. Never go without it. And because that's something that I want to spice my salads up with from time to time, is mushrooms that are gonna be a little flavorful, aromatic kick. And something that my amazing girlfriend taught me is green asparagus that we're gonna prepare. Just lovely, very, very flavorful. Of course, very strong in their character, so you don't want asparagus in like every salad or every time, but it's asparagus season right now, so I want to use that and combine that with strawberries. They are just in season right now. I definitely want to take advantage of that. We will lightly roast the asparagus and the mushrooms, and then throw together the salad. Let's go. Usually you don't have to peel green asparagus. It's completely okay to just break off the end of the stem here. So you don't have this wooden little end part. And if you just break that off, you can just you see how easily that snaps off. White asparagus you of course have to peel. And if you're unsure and you want to peel it, you can of course do that. With mushrooms, I always try to get them fresh from the farmer's market and not from the supermarket whenever I can. If you happen to have a farmer's market here in our city, in Germany, they are not really more expensive than from the supermarket, but they are from the region and they are so much fresher than anything that you can get from the supermarket. Usually, mushrooms from the supermarket you have to use within the week at least, maybe even within the next couple of like 2 or 3 days, and they start to smell fishy and all that. I don't really like that, of course. You want them fresh as they can be. So I usually get them from the farmer's market, and they are the best mushrooms you can use. You don't have to use these. You can use like oyster mushrooms or, anything, but these are really my favorite. We call them champignons in Germany, and they are just the standard. Oyster mushrooms are a lot more expensive, or shiitake, if you want to give them, an Asian spin, but we'll use these for now. Also, never wash mushrooms. That is something I had to learn the hard way. If you wash mushrooms, they tend to soak up the water. We don't want that. We just want you can brush them off a little bit if they're dirty, but don't worry about it, really. Now, let's wash the ingredients. For the salad, you can, use something to toss the salad to get it dry more easily. But I usually just wash it and then clean it, no problem. This one is actually quite clean already. Still gonna wash it. This is a good amount. Now let's fetch a bowl. And I'll just rip the salad. Just basically rip it into pieces. As large or as fine as you want them. That aside. And with the cucumber, some people have like a consistency problem with cucumber, or they have a preferred way of cucumber, how they want to eat it. Some people want to slice it like very, very thinly. You can use that. And you can use one of these for that. And just slice them like really, really thinly. Like in a nice cucumber salad. I tend to do that when my girlfriend is having a salad with me, but I myself like the pieces a little bigger. Now you can also slice the mushrooms very thin and just toss them in raw, no problem. If you don't have any particular problems digesting these, they are absolutely delicious in their raw form. But I'm going to roast them today because I prefer that. Now before we step to the stove, let's just really quickly slice the strawberries here. Again, you could just, quarter them. I personally tend to slice them into finer pieces because then I have more pieces in my salad and thus more strawberry with every bite. And it feels like I have more strawberries in my salad than I actually do. Okay, almost done. What I want to do now, I want to prepare the garlic for the spaghetti aglio e olio, which is very important. It's the base of our sauce. So before we step to cooking and frying and everything, let's just prepare the garlic. So for the spaghetti aglio e olio, I love to say this, is of course some garlic. This is fresh garlic. I always use fresh garlic now. I never use dried garlic anymore. I personally love the taste of fresh garlic a lot better, and I find it a lot easier to digest. I tend to get like very, very thirsty after too much garlic, and I reduced my garlic consumption a lot over the last couple of years, so I know lots of people would put like 8 or 9 cloves of garlic in there. I'm going to use 2. Okay? Can we have this compromise? Thank you. And for a traditional aglio e olio, you would peel the garlic, lovely neighbors having an argument next door. Nice. It's a very lively neighborhood. But it's springtime and people come out on their balconies and start living life outside again, which is amazing. So usually now you would really finely, thinly slice the garlic and then put it into olive oil. We're not going to do that today. I'm going to save this for another dish. I just wanted to show you. I mean, usually you could even slice it even thinner, but this would be nice to slice it about this thin. Not going to do that today. Today, let's grab another one. I'm gonna get a small knife and I'm gonna halve these and remove the pit if I can find it. Here, just basically the kernel of the garlic, which is the strongest part of the clove. This one doesn't even really seem to have one, but still, I'm gonna try to remove that. I bet that lots of professional chefs will be shouting at me at this point, and probably for the right reasons, but I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna cook however I wanna cook my dish, and you are absolutely entitled to cook however you would like to cook. Don't let anyone tell you that things need to be cooked this way or that way. As long as you like it, don't stress out about how you need to cook something. All right, now, what we're gonna do with these is we're gonna cook them 4 times and then rinse them in between so that we smoothen the flavor, so to speak. We take out the sharpness, maybe the bitterness of the garlic, and then we will just make that into our sauce. It's going to be amazing. So I will put up a pan and 2 pots so I can cook my pasta and also cook my garlic, and then at the same time roast my lovely, lovely asparagus and my lovely mushrooms. Okay, so we have our main ingredients for our salad, the mushrooms and the asparagus, and of course our garlic. And another really important ingredient if you want to make proper aglio e olio is peperoncino, or pepperoni. We say pepperoni in German, so peperoncino. I'm just going to use 1 because I really can't handle that much heat. So we'll put that in here as well. Put that aside for now. But first, let's cook our pasta. This is going to take about 7 minutes to go al dente. I'm just going to use this pasta. I try to use like not the cheapest when I can, but you know, you don't need to buy the most expensive pasta. I find that there are marginal differences in quality, but again, experts will have a different opinion on that. pasta is fully cooked. I'm gonna rinse the pasta now, but I also want to keep a bit of the pasta water because of the starch that went into the water. So keep a bit of that and rinse the pasta real quick. Now, what we're going to do is heat up some water and cook the garlic in it. We're going to do that 4 times. I know that feels like a waste of water, but 1, you don't have to make this every day. 2, you can make a larger portion of this and then just keep it in your fridge or freeze it, or, you know, whatever you need or want to do with that. Also, I never really tend to worry about it because this dish is completely plant-based and doesn't really use that much water compared to other dishes. So this is, to me, just fine. So I'm just going to do that for a couple of minutes. Now, I've cooked the garlic a couple of times, rinsed that a couple of times. Now for the final touch, I'm gonna rinse that. And now I'm going to transform this beautiful garlic into an even more beautiful sauce. Now, what we're going to do is we put this garlic into a high and somewhat slim container. Then we're going to put some nice extra virgin olive oil in there. This is, you know, always kind of get the best olive oil that you can afford. Olive oil is so expensive, but some fresh water. About half and half. And then we're just gonna mix it. And that is basically it. We're gonna take this beautiful, creamy sauce. We're not gonna even reheat it. We're just gonna put it to the side. Now, our final step for today is roasting our beautiful mushrooms and our asparagus. First, it's gonna be the mushrooms because they don't require any oil in the pan. Don't let yourself be told anything else. They don't need anything to, you know, gift you their flavor, to bestow upon you the awesomeness that is the mushroom roast aroma. So heat it up quite high. You know, I'm using a cast iron pan. I don't want to heat this up to maximum heat, but I'm going to like medium to high heat. And then I'm just gonna toss them in. They should already start to sizzle. And you can immediately smell the aroma. I love the smell of mushrooms. I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning, but also in the evening. Just give them a gentle toss. You can also, stir them around. And of course, you can season them however you like, but for the salad, they don't need anything because we're going to season the salad dressing a little bit, so they don't really require any other seasoning. For the salad, I just want them slightly browned, just very gently. And that for me is already enough. What I can't help myself is with some sea salt. I'm using some lovely coarse sea salt here from my friend Moritz. Give them a final toss and then toss them into my beautiful salad here. All right, almost done. Now, some extra virgin olive oil. You can use another oil as well, of course. Not too much. And then you can already smell the oil. Put in the asparagus. Again, you can of course use more asparagus in your salad. For me, I'm just going to use it as almost like a seasoning. I love asparagus. I love eating it a lot, but it's also very expensive, and I try to use it as little as I can so I have more for longer. A little bit of seasoning with just a bit of salt. And you can already see here, like, it starts to brown here. Very, very beautiful. And now, like, this special thing that, again, I learned from my amazing girlfriend. Maple syrup. Lemon juice and maple syrup are the secret weapons of the kitchen, let me tell you. So drizzle it just a bit. And because it's quite high heat, it starts to caramelize instantly. So, don't use it too long. I'm already happy with it. Throw that in. Beautiful. All right, so we have our beautiful salad that I'm just gonna toss with a wooden spoon. You can also really just use your hands if you like. You know what? Let's get messy. I like to get my hands dirty. Let's go. Now, for me, a salad dressing is a very simple thing. I love to do olive oil. Again, extra virgin if you can. Then white balsamic vinegar. Salt, I like to use coarse salt here, not fine salt. I like it a little better, but take what you love. Then some fresh ground pepper. Why fresh ground pepper? Because I can. I even have some left in here, but I'm just going to use and then just really gentle. Doesn't need to be too fine. A pinch here. Sprinkle it over the salad. Then again, some maple syrup for the sweetness. So we have coarse salt, we have fresh ground pepper, we have maple syrup, and the counterbalance to that is fresh lemon. I would always try to use organic lemons because otherwise the lemon peel is treated with not so nice stuff. This is the parsley for the sauce later. I got a neat little trick I learned from the Dominique Crenn masterclass, which is not to slice the lemon like this, but vertically, so to speak. Because even this little part here, which doesn't seem like a lot, this gives you absolutely enough lemon juice for this dressing. And you can already smell the fragrant oils from the peel, and just drizzle it slightly. And additionally to that, to the juice, which for me is the absolute game changer in a dressing, especially if you want to make it feel like summery or like spring, just freshen it up, is use a grater and then just grate some lemon zest over this. Not too much. You can always grate like an entire lemon peel and then just freeze the zest for later. And it keeps for months and months. That's lovely. So this is our salad. Let's just toss it again real quick. This is just, it's not your ordinary salad. It's fruity, it's hearty, it's summery, it's just beautiful and way better than your standard boring iceberg with tomatoes, It's absolutely perfect to me. Now, as a final step, I want to plate my beautiful pasta. So, just gonna get some parsley here. Get rid of the stems. As you can hear, my cat is getting hungry again, even though I fed her like 10 minutes ago. Doesn't matter, because, she's clever. She knows that a camera's running. She knows people are watching. She knows that she has leverage on me. She knows that she can demand anything she wants because I need her to be quiet. That is called psychological cat warfare. All right. Just crumple up the parsley here and just slice it. Again, you can smell the oils from the parsley already. Just lovely. Now, I don't need a lot from the peperoncino. Just use this. And because I am a soft little boy regarding heat in food, I will remove the pits. I will remove the kernels here and get not as much heat from this. Usually you could just, use chili flakes or whatever and just toss that into the sauce, but I'm just gonna use, also I love that the peperoncino is fresh. Now, for the final step. Just gonna use a bowl here. I'm gonna use my beautiful garlic sauce, which almost feels like a bit of a mayonnaise. Then I'm gonna toss in my parsley and the pasta water that we kept just for the starch. Then the sauce is gonna heat through the pasta. Is this the right amount of pasta for the right amount of sauce? I don't know, let's find out. Just toss it through. Maybe the bowl is a little bit small for this. Maybe it is. That's all right. Again, improv, Sauce to me feels almost a little watery. Could have used a little less water, so I would love for a thicker sauce, but at the same time, the pasta is going to soak up the sauce, so it will be a little less watery later. So, do this, and that's basically it. The pasta still, of course, needs to be hot. Throw a bit of coarse sea salt over it. That's it. Let's plate it. You can use tweezers like this, and then just use a little helper here. There's a decent amount of pasta here, and just roll it up. Peperoncino on top, some parsley on top, and of course, because I can't help it, a final drizzle of olive oil. And there you have it. And there you have it. Spaghetti aglio e olio. And a cat. And a beautiful summery salad. Why don't we try it? First, the salad. This is so far removed from any boring standard salad that you can get in a canteen or in most restaurants, actually. This is so flavorful. The salad itself is so fresh and, crunchy, but we have the lovely mushrooms that give it a heartiness. Almost makes it feel like it's a warm dish. The asparagus makes it feel like super high society, makes it feel very, fine dining almost to me as a lowly peasant. And yeah, it just has this complexity to it. It has the lovely dressing that is so simple, and yet the lemon zest and the maple syrup give it this fruitiness. They support the strawberry even. It's just an amazing salad, and I could eat that every day, to be honest. Now, the pasta. Let's see how I can handle the peperoncino. There's no way to eat pasta without gobbling up the long spaghetti, so I will lose about 5% of my dignity here. I'm prepared for that. gotta get another one. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I would love to share with you, but you know, you can cook it for yourself now. I completely understand why people call this a perfect after midnight food. It's hearty. It has the, you know, the wonderful aroma of garlic that we all love. Oh, most of us love. But it doesn't have the punch that garlic usually has. It has a very soft and tender aroma almost. It, you know, it envelops you. It gives you a hug. This sauce gives you a warm hug with a little pinch, you know. The peperoncino gives it a little slight little heat, but it's not too much. It is a little, you know, thank you at the end. It's like, hello, it's still there. This is, you know, this is a little more than you bargained for, but it's amazing. It's not too hot. It's just, and the parsley gives it this, again, this freshness, this little spring in your step, you know. It's amazing. It's a lovely bowl. I could also see this cooked with whole grain pasta. I love whole grain pasta, I have to say, but this, of course, is the classic. So, yeah, without all the talking and all the explanation, I can see this made in about 10 minutes. I mean, it takes you as long as the pasta cooks, basically, to make the sauce. And if you want to spend the extra 5 to 10 minutes to prepare a lovely salad that gives you this healthy boost and that just tastes amazing, that's definitely a recommendation. You could also prepare the salad without the dressing or prepare the dressing separately and then throw it in as soon as you need it, and then you have a lovely prepared lunch salad. So, dear dinner guest, thank you so much for tagging along on this quiet tale test. I hope you like this, and if you want to support this channel, if you want to dive deeper into all the stories, if you want to experience more behind the scenes and making ofs, or audio experiences, bonus chapters, or even just the ad-free early access videos, then feel free to hop over to my Patreon and consider supporting me there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to my existing patrons, and see you on the next one. Bye.